All right, hey guys. I got an idea from a friend. I can't claim the idea, but they said make a post on your YouTube, a community post, and then ask your subscribers, your audience, to ask you questions. And that's a good way to. I remember I was looking for a way to have all the questions in one place so I can go and answer them. Well, you guys delivered to where I'm gonna have to break this up into multiple videos because this would be way too long. So today I'm gonna answer your guys' most asked questions on here. I am gonna give credit to the people who asked it. So I'll give you, I'm just gonna say who said it and then the question, and then I'll try to do my best to answer some of these. I can't get to all of them, at least not this time. I can either go through and you guys can keep adding to this original post, or I can post again. But I think there's over 400 something questions, so that's a long video. So we're just gonna do a few and do my best to answer some of these questions. I have my glasses here in case I need them. I don't want to wear them because of the glare from the computer screen. I've got my computer here with the comments and questions open, and then I'm filming here, so I don't want the glare. So I'm gonna do my best to just see. But I first wanna say thank you guys. If you're new here, this is my wife's and I's channel. We're just documenting our journey. Most of you know because you've been here, but lost my wife about 6.5 months ago to cancer, and now just kind of following along in our grief journey, my kids included. And we have such a big community, so many people ask so many questions that we never have time to get to them. So that's why this video was a good idea, I thought. So love you guys. Thank you for watching. If you're new here, subscribe, hang out with us. Yeah, let's get into it. So first question. So the first one was from user ZG6 in 4HG3S. That's a very long name. Do you like to cook? And please let us know what adventures you have planned. So I love to cook. I will never claim that I'm great at cooking, but I love to find a good recipe and cook it up for me and for the kids. There's some weeks where I am like on it and I go through my cookbooks and whatever, and I love to cook, and there's some weeks when I just don't and I'm too tired, but I do love to cook, and I love when my kids help. Winnie likes to help way more than Ellis, but she'll always ask, can I help you cook? If she ever sees me in the kitchen, and she'll stand next to me and cook. So next time we do a recipe, I'll show what she does. She has a cute little stool that she brings into the kitchen and cooks with me. Adventures planned. We do have adventures planned based on what your definition of adventure is. We have a couple trips planned in the summer with the camper already, probably gonna plan more. We're gonna definitely go to Oregon again. We also have a destination that we're gonna go to, but I won't reveal that until we do it. So we definitely have some stuff planned for the summer. So we're excited. So thanks for that. Here's a good one. Diana Sensio, 5397. Thanks for your question. What are the kids' hobbies and how about you? Do I have a hobby? So kids' hobbies, Ellis loves to play soccer and baseball, and he does piano. Ellis loves collecting Pokemon cards and playing with them, and then Ellis loves doing Lego. Winnie loves dance. Winnie also wants to do gymnastics, but I can't call it a hobby yet because we haven't signed her up yet, but she really wants to do it. Winnie loves to sing. She sings all the time around the house, in the back of my car. Any songs that I'm on a good kick of, she will memorize them and she just sings them in the back of the car. Girl busts it out. She loves to sing, and she loves to dance, sing. Oh, Winnie loves art. Winnie loves to color. Like, give her a coloring sheet And she's just like her mom. She is so in the lines and perfect and just, oh, she's so good at coloring. And they both love to read. Do I have a hobby? I love to golf. I don't get a lot of time to now, obviously, because of our situation, but I love to golf when I can. I love to watch sports. I don't know if that's a hobby, but I love to watch sports. I'm a huge football fan and baseball fan and basketball fan, college football fan. I do like to go to the gym, and then I really like to ride my Peloton bike. If you guys don't know what that is, it's an exercise bike for at home, and it does little workouts. I love to do that. Right now I've been on a kick of doing 2 rides a day, one in the morning and one in the evening. And I see the benefits when I do it. So those are hobbies. Ashley Broussard 3008 said her daughter was born without a left arm like Flower. Oh, that's so cute. Her name is Harley. Hi, Harley. And she wants to know where you got Flower and who named her. So we got Flower from the shelter, a local animal shelter. She was a puppy. She was in there because her owner got arrested. That's all they released, the information on the card. So she was tiny, weeks old. So cute. And my mom works at this shelter, so she was able to get dibs for us because everyone wanted this little baby pug. And Ellis wanted a pug so bad, and we were lucky and fortunate enough to have one at the shelter. And who named her? Ellis named her, yeah. We asked Ellis what he wanted to name her. It was kind of like his dog. And he said Flower, and Jenny and I are like, oh, that's beautiful, like Lily or like Rose or something like that. No, Flower. Okay. And then it's stuck ever since, and I couldn't imagine her having a different name. Love that name. All right, here's a good one. Midnight Sun, 1992. Do you ever feel like you'll ever move into a different home eventually? I don't know, I can't say. I have no urge to right now. It has crossed my mind, but we are happy here. I never want to speak for the kids, but I ask them all the time, and me personally, I don't have sad memories here of the end of Jenny's life. Even though she, passed away feet from me over here in this living room, I don't have negative memories in this house. All I think of is our beautiful family that we started here, and this was Jenny and I's little tiny dream home, a tiny, tiny little quaint little home, and couldn't ask for anything better. Has it crossed our minds? It has. Jenny and I always had a plan before she got sick to move just to a bigger home. We're in a very small space, and we would love to have a little more elbow room, but no rush, and I definitely have no urge to right now. So good question though. Okay, this one's from Jacqueline Carney 4096. Hi. Any big camping adventures planned? So the only one I can reveal now is because I've only booked one. We have a camping trip coming up very shortly, which you'll see. We are going down to San Diego, and there's a beach down there you can camp at, and we are going to camp down there. Looks beautiful online, so that'll be the next camping adventure you see. We also have a place that's really special to us. It's really local, and it's not like the most desired spot, but Jenny and I camped there often before we had a camper, just with tents. So I have a plan to take the kids there. They have hookups for campers too. So yeah, we got some planned. By the way, somebody asked it, and I don't know if I'll find it, but I want to talk about it. The last I told you guys about the camper, I was stressing out. Somebody actually commented on one of the videos, and a coworker of mine at the same time said, your battery is dead probably, you probably left the switch on. No one told me about that switch at the dealer, but it's okay. And my coworker and this person on YouTube said, take your truck, back it up, act like you're gonna plug it in. So I plug it in, and then it instantly gave juice to the camper. And then once the juice came in, turn it off, the battery switch, and then let the solar panels do their job. So that I've been back a couple times to go check on it, and it's perfect. So thank you to my coworker, and thank you to whoever that was on YouTube who gave me that advice, because now I'm not stressed, and now we're going camping soon. So thanks for the question. All right, next one is Susan H3936. Since Jenny has passed, is your calling still teaching, or do you feel something else calling you? When we experience great loss, I believe a part of us also dies, and from the tragedy comes growth and change, which is okay. You lost both your parents and brother. I'm so sorry. In 2020, and I'm not the same person. I know they are with me and behind me and change and grow. So, multiple things here. One, I'm really sorry for your loss. Two, I completely agree that I am not the same person as I was 6.5 months ago. I'm not the same person as I was 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago. I'm not the same person as I was at the beginning of Jenny and I's relationship. I saw a really cool post that I want to share on my Instagram, but I'll just share it and kind of explain it. But she has a cup full of brown liquid. I don't know if it's coffee or soda, whatever, and she's running it under the sink. And she says, do you want to know what growth and grief looks like? And she's just letting the water from the sink go into the cup with all the brown liquid. And if you can picture it, it starts to dilute it for like a minute. And finally, the cup is now all clear liquid, and all the other liquid has come out. And that's exactly what grief does. You're healing over a long period of time, over days, over weeks, over months, and then eventually years, and it's never going to go away. You always have a little bit of that stain, and stain being the grief and the heartache, but it gets better. You fill it with more positive things, and the grief starts to dissipate a little bit. It never goes away, but... And then on to your next one. I kind of... it's funny that you mentioned that. I've had not a career path change. I did kind of toy with the idea of nursing, but the teacher schedule is just, it's so helpful to my family right now. And I just absolutely love teaching, just more than anything. But there is a section of my job that could change. I could go a little bit a different route with my special education credential. And I won't get into too many details, a little personal, but I have thought about going a different avenue with my credential, if that makes sense. Still thinking about it, but it's something on my mind. So maybe that's kind of like that. Maybe like a new sense of self, I don't know. But yeah, a little bit, but not completely. I love teaching too much. I love these kids. I love what I do. And I do want to volunteer at City of Hope, though. I'm getting close to now where I actually looked it up online the other day, and I want to start volunteering. I don't have a lot of free time right now, but maybe some point down the future, in the near future, I can start volunteering a couple days here and there. I would love to do that. All right, this is a good one. Casey Kong 588. How has your outlook on life changed from before going through your cancer journey and after with Jenny? I feel like my outlook has changed a lot on life. Jenny and I always lived pretty carefree, in a sense of like live every day and enjoy and don't stress too much. I feel like we still do that, but I'm more of a yes man now than I ever was. Yes man meaning like if there's something spontaneous that comes up and somebody says, hey, do you want to go to this game, or do you want to go on whatever, some spontaneous plans, I'm way more willing to say yes now than I ever was in my life. So I feel like that's one thing. I feel like I'm way more appreciative of every day when I wake up, honestly. I have so much more understanding of how fragile life is. I feel like that ignorance is bliss is gone. And now I've seen the dark side of grief and life, and it's pretty traumatic, but it also has made me realize how fortunate and blessed I am to have my healthy children, my house, the things that I own. I really am fortunate. Be nice, dogs. Be nice. Hey, don't do that. So yeah, good question. All right. Oh, here's a good one. This kind of goes along with what we just said, but Jana7183 said, have I given any more thought to being a nurse? Not serious thought. I just love my profession so much, and now that I've been back in it for 5.5, 6 months, it's what I love to do. And it gives me the ability to still be as hands-on as I want to with the kids, with the schedule, with the time of day and everything. Not that being a nurse wouldn't allow me to do that, but I have not given serious consideration since thinking that. But it's definitely not crazy to think that maybe one day I might attempt it. It's just, I've known many people that have gone through nursing school, and it's obviously no joke, and it's a huge life change. So I don't know if we're ready for that at any time soon. But good question. Oh, here's a good one. Sadie Taylor, she kind of did two. How do you wind down at the end of the day after the kids are asleep? And would love to see more cooking videos. So how do I wind down? First, as soon as they're in bed, I go and I get my, be nice. They're just nipping at each other, the dogs. Be nice to each other, relax. I put my workout gear on and I go into the garage, which is butted up right next to my son's room. And I work out in the garage. I do Peloton rides. That's really good. I love doing Lego, as you guys know. So I'll usually try to do a set every so often. I actually have a set that I want to do in the garage. I love to watch a little YouTube. Like to watch like sports highlights. I like comedy. Sometimes I'll watch a movie if it's like I can't sleep. And then I'm always cleaning to wind down the day. So like before I filmed this, the kids went to bed. Did the dishes, cleaned the living room, doing some laundry, and now on here. So, and then also this, editing and filming videos is definitely, has become a way to wind down, to talk. It's therapeutic. So yeah. Denise B17, what first attracted Jenny to you? And how are the kids doing? What first attracted Jenny to me? Oh, that's embarrassing. So a couple things. So the mature thing is she liked my funniness and my smile. She used to always compliment my smile, which not a lot of people do. I'm not trying to ask for that. I'm just saying it's just, she did. And she used to tell me that my my football build is what she called it, is what attracted her to me. She noticed that I had like a football type of build, and she really liked that. So there's that. And how are the kids doing? So I just made that video to kind of talk about it, but they're really doing great. Both of them are seeing their therapists regularly. Both of them are in activities. Both teachers have said at school that they're just seeing nothing but improvement since everything happened. They're shining stars, to be honest. I'm so proud of them. I really am. Okay, next one. I have time for a few more. Okay, Jody Williams 6961. Have you ever thought of getting a nanny to help you out? No, I have not. Not against it or anything. It's just I haven't thought of that. I have a pretty good sized village that helps me right now. I do have someone that helps me clean the house every so often, not as often as I was doing before. And then I obviously have my amazing family that helps me with the kids. So good question though. How did you and Jenny come up with the kids? From Janine Stein. I think we answered that in a video, but Ellis, Jenny was watching the movie Age of Adeline with her sister, I want to say. or a friend. And I was at home, I don't know, or at work or something, and she texted me and she's like, I have our son's name. She was pregnant. I was like, okay. And then she came home and said Ellis, and we both were just like, okay, no questions, done. I loved it instantly. She loved it instantly. It's from that movie. Winnie, we went through a lot. We were like convinced Winnie was gonna be a boy, so we had a huge list of boys' names that we loved and a small girls' list. And Winnie wasn't on that list. And then one night we were just looking through Jenny would spend hours looking through lists. And she did this like serious look at me like, okay, I think I got it. Just hear me out. I'm, okay. And she goes, Winnie. And I said, oh, come on. Like, sold. We didn't even talk about it. We were done. We just fell in love with those names right away. So thank you. From the same person, Janine Stein. I'm going to keep going on yours. You have a couple. What have I learned about myself since November? That's a really good question. I've learned that I'm dang resilient. I've learned that I've learned that I'm pretty darn strong. I learned that I've always known, but I know even stronger now that I had an amazing marriage. I've learned that Jenny was one terrific mom and will always be. I've learned that sometimes you gotta learn to say yes. I don't know, I think I've learned that you're a lot stronger than I think we give ourselves credit for. That's how I feel. I really do feel that way, so good question. Anna G201, what football team do the Apples support? I'm a huge Raider fan, all day, every day. My son is like starting to like the Raiders because they're on every Sunday in our house, but he originally liked the Chargers just because of their logo. And I'm like, whatever you want, dude. Then he liked the Dolphins because of their logo. And I'm like, no judgment, man. You like whatever you like. But because I'm watching the Raider game every Sunday, he is starting to kind of like them. And we went to a game, so. Raiders. My daughter is all about the Raiders because daddy loves the Raiders, so. Charlotte Barros 2866. Have you ever talked to the kids about eating what they want besides plant-based food? This is a big comment and question that we get all the time. And I've said it before, but I'll say it again. I don't force anything on the kids. I don't force food on them. Obviously, I'm cooking plant-based because that's what I eat, but it's just as if another family was cooking whatever they're cooking. It's like it's just natural for us to eat that way. That's how we've always eaten. And I've told the kids, if you go to school and people are enjoying whatever, and you want to partake in it, go for it. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel bad. You can eat what you want. And both of them have understood that, and they have chose to not. And I've told them, and Jenny told them, that we're never going to be disappointed in them, whatever they choose to eat. And so we're very open. We talk about it all the time. I always ask them what they want, what they don't want. They've learned about what they like, what they don't like, and but yeah, we've talked about it, and they're open to it. I'm open to it. We don't force anything on them, so good question. Ooh, good question. Terry A. Thomas, 3213. Hope you're doing well with the kids. We're doing okay. My question is, do you worry about either of them having the exon 20 gene mutation that Jenny had? Do you actually know if the gene is hereditary? Hope you're okay answering the question. I am. Jenny got tested. This City of Hope did an extensive extensive study on Jenny because of her age, because of her non-smoking, because of her mutation, because of her diagnosis. They did a whole huge case study on her and tested millions of genes in her body to see if any of it, the cancer, was hereditary, and not a single one came up as a hereditary form of cancer that the kids could get just based on genetics. That doesn't mean that kids are not, that there's not a possibility they could get cancer one day. It's just there's not going to be something that's passed down from mom that they're going to get now. We've given that to the pediatrician. She asked for it, and she was very positive about it too. all the City of Hope team was very positive about the results. There was nothing in there that warranted concern. That would be hereditary. So good question. It was just unfortunately a freak thing in Jenny's body. Here's a good question, Jenny8776. Now that you're starting to get a little more sleep and good sleep, do you find things a bit easier? I do. I really noticed that sleep makes a huge difference in my life. When I wasn't sleeping at all, it's like your attitude and everything shifts. You're more short. You don't have as much patience in life. Everything's just a big struggle. And I feel like since getting better sleep, much better in that department. So good question. All right, a few more. All right, Melissa W1813. Are Winnie and Ellis excited for summer break? And does Winnie start kindergarten next year? Yes and yes. Very simply put. Whoa. Here's a deep question. I've seen this on Instagram. People ask this to random people on the street. Such a deep question. Are you happy? I honestly, right in this moment, yes, I really am. And I'm not afraid to say it. I think if you would have asked me 2 months, 3 months, 4 months ago, I would have said no. The reason why I'm happy is because I see how well my kids are doing. I feel good in my heart. I have an amazing friend system, family system, coworkers, church, friends. I just have a great group around me, and I'm happy right now. As happy as you can be grieving the loss of your wife, but I'm happy. That doesn't mean I'm happy all the time, and that doesn't mean that it couldn't be better. But in this moment right now, today, I would say yes. That's a good question though. Oh, this isn't a question, but it's really sweet. All Allie Heart's Life was just saying that she's a new subscriber, so welcome. Thank you for joining us and watching us. You wish you would have subscribed back when Jenny was still here. I completely understand that. You've been on an Appleford marathon watching. That's really sweet. Thank you for saying she's probably proud. And my kids are so sweet, thank you. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. And my kids are dang sweet. And I hope Jenny's proud. I think she would be. And it is important to share vulnerable times because not only did my wife tell me that, but I'm learning that in all the grief groups that I'm a part of and online groups it helps to talk about it rather than to bottle it up. So thank you. All right, we'll do a couple more. Sunshine9122, can you name all the vegan restaurants, bakeries, and food establishments in the Inland Empire that you recommend? Dang, that's a loaded question. Because there's a lot. But so my go-to restaurant in the IE for vegan food is called Bright Star Thai Vegan. They have Thai food. It's all vegan and it's delicious. We also love to go to Plant Power, which is in Redlands. It's like a fast food joint, not healthy at all, just for pure junk food, but it's delicious. Let's see, bakeries. There's a place called Cake Among Us that has vegan stuff. There's a local donut shop that I don't remember the name of that does vegan donuts. Not really a bakery though. Food establishments. Oh, there's also a place, I think it closed recently. There's Monty's, but that's towards LA. There's a lot of good places in LA. That's usually the spot where we go. Crossroads is our favorite restaurant. That's in LA. There's vegan sushi out in LA that's really good, and in San Diego. But yeah. Okay, we'll do a couple more. Russell Taylor 890, thanks for your question. What are your favorite sports teams and how many different teams do you have hats and hoodies for? So I'm a huge hats and hoodies guy, if you haven't noticed. I absolutely love wearing a hat, and I love wearing hoodies. And I also love sports. And I used to be, I would only wear my teams, and now I'm open to wearing anything because I just like how it looks. So Good question. Football, my favorite football team is the Raiders. My favorite college football team is UCLA. My favorite baseball team is the Dodgers. And my favorite basketball team is, unfortunately, the Lakers. Love them all to pieces, and I'm stinking sad when they lose, but love them all, and they're my favorites. Hats, I have tons of Dodger hats, different colors, different things. I have tons of Raider hats, but like I have a Rams hat that I wear sometimes. I have a Cleveland Browns hat that I wear sometimes. I have an Angels hat that I wear sometimes. I have a Spurs hoodie, a Supersonics hoodie. I have Cleveland Browns hoodie. I have a UCLA Bruins hoodie. Like, I have a lot of different hoodies and hats. I just love sports. So, good question though. All right, let's do like two more. Kelly Wright 5797. What is one thing you would love to take your kids that you've never done? I want to go to New York with the kids, and I want to take them to a Broadway show. That's just something I've always wanted to do, is go to New York, and I want to take them to see, like, I want to go during like wintertime, Christmas time, to see like Christmas and the lights and Rockefeller Center and ice skating and the Empire State Building, and it's cold, and I want to see a show on Broadway. So I also want to take them to Walt Disney World one day in Florida. Those are my two, like, bom, bom. So good question. And let's finish up here. And then like I said, I'll keep answering some of these that I haven't answered. So I'll do like a part 2, maybe later in the week. Donna Colner 3157. We adopted our special needs daughter at 3 months old. Beautiful. Her birth was 4/30, born 1985. Awesome. What do you most enjoy about teaching? Our daughter has a disability. Okay. Yeah, beautiful. Love that. So what do I most enjoy about teaching? Gosh. I'm a big, I'm not too big on the content. I love to see the growth in kids. So I have, you guys saw that video of that student that I had, and I don't want to give too much personal information, but the seeing them grow, I'm lucky enough to do high school, and so I get to see them as a freshman and then see them walk away as a senior. Watching how much they mature and grow. And then I love to see when a child with a disability, a couple things. One, maybe overcomes something that was a real challenge to them early on in their high school career, and then it's not towards the end. Beautiful thing to see. I love the communication. I love the stories that I get from kids. I love the excitement they have when they come into the class. I love it. Teaching is just a fun profession, and it just makes my day every day. Also, I really enjoy seeing the confidence, kind of like the light bulb confidence, turn on in these kids at certain points when they get something. And I also love when you find their thing that they're into, whatever it is, and they can either tell you about it or create a presentation about it or write about it. It's a beautiful thing to see when the kids are really invested in something and they just pour their heart out onto the paper or whatever. Like, I'm an English teacher, so when they're writing about something that they enjoy, they like, or they're presenting about it, it's a beautiful thing. So, good question. All right. Okay. All right. Last one. Jean St. Germain. We'll stop right here. Jean St. Germain 10727. What are your feelings about making videos now that Jenny has passed, and how do they differ from when she first started making videos? What is one positive thing about sharing your journey on YouTube, and one negative thing? Great questions. So I'll answer the first part. What are my feelings about making videos now that Jenny has passed? Well, one, there's a couple things. One, when your spouse is in a very vulnerable state and sick and knows that they're not going to be here for long, and they look you in the eyes and they say, please continue this for me. Please doing it for me. Please, please. Do this for our family and continue to share with the world about cancer, grief, pain, and the beauty in the world too. That comes after loss, that comes after grief. It makes me feel confident every time I film a video that she'd be proud. She taught me everything I know about editing. She taught me everything I know about filming. She taught me everything. So every time I film a video, every time I edit a video, it's all Jenny. Every time I click on the mouse, I click the computer, I click a song, it all reminds me of her. So it's a very comforting thing to do when I do it. So I love it. I think the only thing that differs now as opposed to, obviously is I'm missing a huge piece to the puzzle. I'm filming alone or with my kids, but mainly me, and it feels empty. We loved feeding off of each other. I loved talking back and forth. I love to communicate. I love to talk, and I love having my person to talk to and bounce ideas off of. And she was so smart, and things just came to her, and it was easy, So that's obviously the huge difference. The positive thing about sharing our journey on YouTube is all of you. The amount of support we get, the amount of love we get is just incredible. I couldn't ask for anything more. It's phenomenal. Negative thing? I don't really have anything too negative to say about sharing our journey, I would say maybe one negative thing is just the time at night it takes to put these videos up. It's pretty time consuming and tiring, and sometimes you just want to go to bed, but I enjoy doing it, and I enjoy meeting people, connecting through this platform, so wouldn't change it for the world. All right, I've talked long enough. There are still probably 200 questions on here. I will look through. I'll do a part 2. Maybe I'll do a part 3. If you have more questions, you can drop them on that post, or you can we can create a new post. You guys let me know. But this will go up, and then we'll look at how we're gonna do the rest, because there's still a lot of good questions in here. But thank you for taking the time to ask questions. Thank you for being so kind, and I love you all. See you next time. Bye, guys.